and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Florida Man Friday, April 10th, 2020. It's our fourth Friday in lockdown. My first is a face mask owner. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, are you losing it? What's going on over there?
I just am showing off my new face mask.
It looks good.
It
looks intimidating.
I got a camo face mask, spandex.
You look like you're gonna rob a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm doing great, to answer your question. How about you guys?
No way a deer can hear you breathe through that thing, Will.
You can't see me, that's for sure. But maybe you could hear me.
I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Today, I don't know. These days are tough. They're weird. They're interesting. But glad we're doing the show. Glad it's Florida Man Friday.
Good. Wes is in the darkest room I've ever seen. So what's going on there?
Yeah, I don't look like I'm up to no good over here, do I?
What are you, developing film?
Oh, I didn't like the color that I was getting with all the lights, the mixture of lights. So I feel
you look good. But
Yeah.
you're in a dark space.
Yeah, I'm in my messy office. You can't see the messes much, that's for sure. So
I got trash
like
behind me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Okay. We got a stacked lineup today, guys. Lots of crime, lots of porn and booze, and much, much more from the Sunshine State, as always, on Florida Man Friday. Wes, get it going.
All right, got a double porn one for you guys to start. Did you hear me? I said double porn.
Woo!
2X.
Yeah, there you go.
Double porn.
I kind of this is actually exactly what I look like when I am watching porn in the middle of the night. So yeah, that's a good.
You like
image
it
for you.
dark?
Yeah, well, I mean, no, I turn on all the lights and just.
You're very old-fashioned that way.
Yeah.
You're very old-fashioned that way.
But guys,
Yeah,
don't.
don't hack into Wes's webcam because this is what you'll be seeing.
That's right.
Wes, you need a bottle of Jergens on one of your sides to complete that scene right there.
I could reach one with just a slight slide of the chair, Bill. But
Damn. Bottle of Jergens and like a small fan pointed at you.
yeah,
And a little Kleenex.
small fan. Yeah.
Work up a sweat.
All right, guys. So it's a double porn one, but don't get too excited. Both of these stories involve children. So unless you're a pedophile and you know who you are out there, these might not be so great. So this first one comes from Derek B and Kyle U on Twitter. Thank you, boys, for this great one. And it's the porn Easter egg. So, guys, we all know about sharing porn. I'm sure we had some VHS tapes, magazines, DVDs, just a circle of porn sharing growing up. And all
I
Florida.
used to have a floppy disk.
We've all gone to the porn emporium before and bought DVDs together.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Back in the day. Now the kids these days, they'll never know the struggle of having to stash, squirrel away porn DVDs.
Used to hide it in the woods.
Yeah.
It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really long time. We're old.
Yeah,
We're old as shit.
I'm talking VHS tape here. You ever seen one of those?
Oh yeah,
that's true.
I saw a couple when the early days.
Yeah.
Kids today, they'll never find a black trash bag full of VHS tapes in their friend's dad's closet.
I know Pat.
Right.
I know Pat did this. I used to have access to like HBO and stuff when I was like young, so I would make like my own like titty porns on HBO, like just like nudity scene.
You would get a tape.
Yeah, I'd record like different nude scenes and have like a
Showtime.
7-minute like clip down of like R-rated movies.
Oh, bro, there was the
VHS.
the TV guide wasn't great. It was the cable guide, because the cable guide would tell you what something was rated R for. So if you saw an N, you knew you were in business. If you saw an SSC, strong sexual content, it was going to be a hell of a Friday
Pat,
night.
you were a Mr. Skin guy from the early days, right?
I was a lot of things. I
He sold like the Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV, like literally for profit in middle school.
Yep. I also my biggest seller. I remember the first time I ever got a centerfold. Someone gave it to me in the 6th grade, and I looked at it and I was like, "Man, I would pay $20 for this thing." Idea. Then that started my porno selling business. But the biggest seller I ever had was the celebrity edition of Playboy. Was all pictures, no art, no dumb articles or cartoons, all celebs. So I got one of those for like $30 off a guy I played baseball with, and just chopped it up, sold it off piece by piece. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's a great business idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And Mark,
entrepreneurial.
Going back to your point about making your own, that tweet you sent out about the best Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. All I could think about was the sex scene in Double Impact when you sent that tweet out. Remember that? I was like, Double Impact's got to be up there just for that scene. Anyway, let's move on, guys. So this one is about porn Easter eggs. So Floridians are no exception to the sharing of porn. They enjoy sharing their porn, which is exactly what one person from Flagler County was doing via Easter eggs. So they would leave them in people's mailboxes. They were like the Easter bunny of porn.
But what porn fits in an Easter egg?
Well, it's I was gonna say just
little people porn.
Yeah. Well, FYI, Easter bunny porn is very popular around this time of year. Not for me, but very popular in case you guys have seen it out there. But
I'm not.
Anyway, I'll get to it. So anyway, the colorful eggs residents were finding were stuffed inside mailboxes, and according to the Orlando Sentinel, each mailbox contained a single egg filled with a fish-shaped cracker, one sheet of toilet paper, a packet of powdered milk drink, and a crumpled up piece of paper featuring pornography. So,
What?
Yeah. Yeah, just images.
That's not really porn. That's like a dirty trick.
That's like a psycho's
So like a
handbook.
Was
Yes.
it hand drawn or was it like a piece of like?
No, it was
like
a
a
piece of-
magazine, like Hustler.
It was like a magazine clipping,
Yeah.
like Pat got his hands on it.
You're not sleeping well that night.
this
if
does
you
sound
open
like
that Easter egg.
this does sound like something Pat would do in the late '90s.
Right.
I did some things like this.
Yeah. So it's just an absolutely insane array of contents to leave in an Easter egg in someone's mailbox. And deputies urged residents
Is it
to.
though? Makes you think.
No, this is
You know?
they're trying to tell people this is how you lock down and turn up. You need to wipe your butt. You need to eat
Mm-hmm.
snacks. You need to jerk off. You need to like.
Oh,
I
it could
think
be.
I think it's more of
It's
a religious
It's
message.
a survival kit. It seems to me like it's a survival kit of hey, if you're not doing these 5 things every day, you're not living correctly.
I think I think it's more of a religious message. It's like, here's your God now. What's inside this egg?
Oh,
There's
wow,
nothing
that's
more
dark.
disgusting.
Well,
Yeah.
There's nothing more disgusting than a single goldfish cracker. Like if you see a
Yeah,
single goldfish
Pat,
cracker,
I mean-
you know it was like in a child's nose.
Yeah, Pat.
or
It's
like,
just I'm saying it's just ideas because like it's not also great to jerk off to a one piece of magazine that's crumpled up. That's hard to do. You're not
Yes.
gonna drink like it's like drink your milk to stay strong, jerk off. Like probably on the internet and eat crap.
what the fuck was going on down there, Wes?
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. So deputies urged residents to be on, and Will's onto something, by the way. So deputies urged residents to be on the lookout, and were worried these eggs could not only pass along boners but also the coronavirus. And luckily, there has been a break in the case. And after deputies were informed of a woman dropping more eggs into mailboxes and driving a 2004 Honda Civic, they tracked down 42-year-old Abril Sistani and arrested her. And I guarantee there's not a single person that thought the woman was doing this.
Avril. Avril is a name though that I would.
Abril.
Now it fits. It fits.
Yeah. So inside the new eggs were non-threatening messages about nearby churches, and Abril told deputies that she was simply trying to educate people, a.k.a. steal the innocence of children at a far too young age. Yeah. And upon searching the car, they found loads of pamphlets and pornographic material. Luckily, she tested negative for coronavirus, so the police have that going for them at least. She's being charged with distributing obscene material and driving with a suspended license.
She's trying to point out she's trying to prove a message that America is a giant hypocrisy and blah blah blah.
Don't read into this.
Yeah.
There's no fucking point here. This is just
Right.
these are the
Right.
actions
There's
of a
a point
crazy
to
woman.
it.
I agree with you, Will.
point to it.
It is
Trying
too
to-
hard, it is too hard to figure out what she's trying to say. But going back to it, I think I wouldn't have mind receiving that egg as a child.
Yeah, the kids probably were cracking up.
Yeah.
But
Better
then
than a
the
Cadbury.
she wanted the adults to think, "Oh my gosh, what have we become?"
Yeah, you guys are thinking like maybe just titties, but there's a lot of images out there that are disturbing to 9-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I'm talking
That's
about
true.
I'm talking about like 13-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I hope you grow out of Easter eggs by the time you're 13. But anyway, in another porn story, this one comes from Reddit. So we all know that quarantine and lockdown turn up can get a little monotonous. It's boring. The internet only has so many articles and links. Netflix only has so many shows. Eventually, you run out of booze and weed, and going outside is just not an option for most. So what do you do to cure that boredom, guys? Well, if you are like one Brevard County, Florida man, Shane Williams, you turn that boredom into productivity and get on the dark web and download as much child porn as you can get your slimy hands on.
No, oh
Yeah.
no,
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop laughing though thinking about Wes turning down a 13-year-old from participating in an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in your mailbox. You're not going to open
You
it?
got to go home. you got to go home.
You're an eighth grader. Get the fuck out of here. Quit searching for Easter eggs.
So this guy downloaded child porn
because he was bored.
bored.
Pat, didn't you hear?
Well, here,
it's what he likes.
It's
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
That's what he was telling deputies, and I guess when
he ran out of porn. He went through all the stuff.
With that logic, people are going to start resulting to murder really soon because they're bored, right? Like it's like
Right.
you progressively start. Yeah,
What I've always thought about it. So
right.
and now I'm bored.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for Shane, he's been bored for too long to constitute using the classic coronavirus made me download the child porn excuse, because authorities were tipped off to Shane about a year ago and finally arrested this piece of shit, whom upon answering the door said, quote, "I know why you're here." He also told deputies he accidentally hit a button one night that took him straight to child porn, and that, quote, "it was a downward spiral from there."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the ad.
And then
that is how it works.
Then I accidentally
It's one
booked-
button to download the Tor browser, and then also that same button will find the unlisted websites.
Right.
It'll activate your VPN, and from what I'm told, we'll find the child porn.
Yeah, and
Pat
then it was
knows how to do it.
It was 200% off to get the lifetime subscription. So.
Yeah. Well, he was using something called a Microsoft OneDrive, which they were able to, track down. So Williams told deputies that he downloaded the
Guy's
images.
just like he's like, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna just load all this kiddie porn in my Google Drive real quick.
Yeah, I was bored. So you said
Good idea, guy.
Yeah, he said he downloaded the images as a boredom killer and not to jerk off to. He claims he knew the children in the porn were victims and that he hated himself for looking at the abuse. And I'm not buying it, Shane, you filthy fuck. Police said they found over 7,500 images. 119 were child pornography, while the rest were child erotica on a Microsoft OneDrive. And what the fuck is the difference between child porn and child erotica?
Yeah,
Well, how
I
young
don't
are these
even-
kids that he knows it's for sure?
I think it's when they sexualize photos that are otherwise innocent, like voyeur stuff.
They
Probably.
lump all that shit together,
disgusting.
make it all the worst possible shit that you can,
No need to
say in court.
No need to try to differentiate. And,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
need.
Anyway, deputies also searched his other devices and found over 500 more images, and I'm not even going to tell you what the youngest age was that this sicko was curing his boredom with. It makes
A
you
guy
want to
like
puke.
that needs him on the cell phone. There's no way.
Shane's been bored his whole life. You know what I mean?
He's been bored his whole life. That's
Yeah,
right.
imagine being his playmate. It would have been so frustrating. He's just never satisfied.
So,
How many times is he like, I'll show you mine if you show me yours? Mm-hmm. How many times?
let's just
He took like the Pete Townsend fucking defense a little bit there. Like, I know they're victims. Like remember when Pete Townsend from the Who got busted with child porn? He was like, it was part of a research project.
Yeah. well,
Yeah, I mean, some serial killers like put coins on their victims' eyes because they feel remorse. You know what I mean?
There's always an excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
But really, there's no excuse. All right, guys. Well, we've all been drinking a little bit too much during this lockdown, if the internet is correct in any way, shape, or form. I personally have had to start limiting what I have access.
Not Dana.
Nope, not Dana. Oh, wait. What do you mean, Mark?
He's spitting beers out.
Yeah, my bad, Mark. I didn't bring it up at the top. Yeah, my bad.
Well, you're talking about because you went on Donnie Does,
Yeah.
Our Asian correspondent,
Yeah.
had a competition with a very famous Chinese chugger where you and Dana Beers chugged off against each other, and he judged who had the best chug.
Peng's
Right?
Eye, possibly the greatest chugger in the world, most famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I whooped Dana's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive. It was a great video.
You really did. It was a dominating performance. I mean,
I'd li-
Dana, he had quick gulps, very quick gulps, but then spit up to one out of 3 beers completely.
Well, I should have won that 5-0 because I do agree with Donnie that in terms of like a one beer off, Dana could out chug one particular beer faster than me. But he had multiple cuts, and he clearly took multiple minutes in between beers, where I did 3 beers and a shot in about 53 seconds. So
I believe that's what pushed you over the top.
Well, technically, speed I won too because it was 3 beers,
Yeah.
it wasn't 1. So it should have been 5-0, but I understand. It's fine.
Yeah. Peng's Eye would dominate everyone from what I
he was
saw.
using bigger bottles. He was using
Bigger bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, he even
he's-
points that out. Well, I don't want to give up too much away, but definitely go watch it. It's on.
I can't beat
Don's
Peng's
YouTube.
Eye, but
Right.
I can clearly.
Well,
beat
he said.
Dana.
Well,
He had
I
some
don't.
kind
Again,
words
don't want to
for you.
give too much away.
Yeah.
Mark had a dominating performance, and Peng's Eye was very impressed.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
Yeah, so check it out. Check that video out. Anyway, guys, I personally have I've had to start limiting what I have access to alcohol-wise in the evening. So what I've been doing is pouring out half a bottle of wine for me to drink and then putting the other half of the bottle of wine on my desk where my unfiled tax paperwork is, and then I have my roommate retrieve it in the morning. So it works like a charm, and it's been helping regulate my drinking. And a Fort Pierce, Florida man was trying a similar tactic on his 32-year-old girlfriend last month when things didn't go as smoothly. See, at 1:30 a.m., St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputies were called to the 1300 block of Orange Avenue after reports of a potential domestic violence situation was called in. And when they arrived, they found our Florida man who said that his drunk girlfriend had attacked him with a vacuum cleaner because he wouldn't let her keep drinking. Commitment there. He shouldn't have stood in the way of what she needed. She then grabbed the keys to his 2001 Pontiac piece of shit and sped away, most likely to break into a liquor store.
Yeah, to get booze.
Right.
She's like sucking the booze with the vacuum into the vacuum cleaner, just as a repository for later.
Exactly. Yeah, but she went away, and the Florida man was talking to the police, and he saw the Pontiac approaching the driveway. But when the Florida woman saw the fuzz, she said, and she instinctually sped away briefly before she was taken into custody.
Before
she
they
then told
immediately got her, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. You got to try. You got to try. You know what I mean? You can't just give up. It's not the Florida way. Except in crime, in crime. Education's a different thing. Anyway, she told police that the violence had started because her boyfriend denied her the basic human right, vodka. Or Florida water. And she completely denied hitting him with the vacuum or stealing the car, but did admit to punching him right in the eye.
He's just
not sure why.
He's just got attachment-shaped splotches all over his face for no reason.
Well, they found the attachment in the street, Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how they knew.
I like that move, though. You admit to one crime and then deny the others. It makes you look a little bit more, innocent of the others when you admit to something that's still fucked up.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's like if
I punched him in the eye. I punched him. I punched him in the eye.
Getting him with the vacuum, though, that's crazy.
Getting him with no fucking way.
Yeah, it's like if you admit, like, if the officer's like, have you been drinking at all? It's like, well, I had one or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, by the way, to any of our listeners
I'm honest,
out there,
sir. I'm very honest,
Don't drink
sir.
and drive. Don't drink and drive. But if you ever do find yourself in a position where you've been pulled over, the answer is none, sir. The answer is none. Anyway, guys, this woman was booked on grand larceny. The Pontiac was returned.
Was it a Dyson?
No, absolutely not.
Interesting. Pat, why do you say the answer is none?
Well, I've consulted with a number of lawyers. Apparently none.
Have you
is
ever
the
talked
answer.
yourself out of a situation?
3.
Okay.
Oh. And it was none.
In my younger days. Don't do that anymore.
Interesting. All right, let's move it on to the fish and game corner, or the sportsman's corner, as they may call it in the Sunshine State. Before I get into that, quick Corona notice. Like we predicted, the CDC guidance has officially been updated to include covering your nose and mouth, which is why I'm wearing the mask today. If you're going anywhere when you're in a public area, when you may run into anybody, which is basically everywhere in the United States. So the mask and fist bump era have officially begun and expected to stick around at least until there's a vaccine. Also, expect rapid testing to be something that's needed as people start reopening businesses, hopefully pretty soon. And let's see.
What do you think is going to happen at the end of Little League baseball games?
Oh, you mean like when they
Instead of
Maybe
handshaking.
fist bump line or elbow bump?
No, like
Maybe an elbow bump.
maybe line up across from each other and do like a salute or a bow.
You could do that or elbow bumps. Either way. I mean,
Maybe they'll text a handshake emoji.
Probably,
tell you-
probably less jersey exchanges.
I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, those glass the glass barriers that are all in all convenience stores now. Those things are staying.
oh, for sure they're staying.
They're not going away.
Yeah, that's staying for good. Well, they already had them in major cities. I mean, that's just
But-
new for towns.
Do we know, like, does the virus stick to glass? We already went over that it doesn't. Like the plastic.
It'll stay on
They
a
don't care-
surface.
They don't care if you get it. They want to keep the workers safe.
Isn't it trapping it into the workers? This is what I'm saying. If you have like a,
Well,
if
there's more than
It
one.
doesn't crawl over the glass. It stays there.
I mean, there's usually a hole in the plastic. I'm saying, like, if someone slides,
not
like, I don't know. I feel like it's just trapping germs, but that's just me.
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
anyways,
It is another surface.
Anyways, the mask and elbow bump era is here, and it's here to stay probably for at least a little while. And you may see businesses open sooner than you actually think because it's looking like America's doing a pretty good job. Hopefully, numbers start to subside. In hotspot areas starting like next week. And yeah, so hopefully, but America's doing a great job. Like 86% of people are staying home. Keep doing it this weekend, and we'll get through this soon. Okay, on to the Florida stories that I promised you. This is where they've crossed the line, and the wildlife department or wherever it's called in Florida has to get involved. So this first one's from Patricia, where an unnamed man in Seminole County, Florida, has been arrested with a couple of bricks of cocaine and heroin, so a couple bricks of each, as well as the typical cash and guns you might expect from a heroin and cocaine dealer. But one surprising addition, a very cute baby alligator, which was being held in looks like a bowl of some sort. There's a picture there.
Looks like a fucking toilet.
Yeah, he was only cute for a little while. He was being groomed to be a killer. Like they were hoping he grew quicker.
Yeah, I guess this was a drug guarding alligator.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for this guy, he's not going to get to see his little baby alligator grow up to be big and strong. That thing's probably in the swamp by now.
Right. That's like season 1 or 2 of Game of Thrones when the dragons are small. He was hoping that gator got big.
Good point. Yeah. He's like the Khaleesi of heroin dealers.
Exactly.
As someone
He's
who's
the Khaleesi
kept
of that town.
as someone who's kept a baby alligator
Seminole
before,
County.
they grow up real fast.
Oh yeah.
Like,
how quickly
way
do
too
they
fast.
grow?
We had our baby alligator for I think 6 weeks.
I remember you had it in the dorms, right?
Yeah, before it very badly needed to go in the campus lakes very quickly.
Like you woke up one day and you're like, oh boy.
I just like how all the Louisiana boys had a cover for it already. I was like, guys, I mean, this is fucking awesome, but are we going to get busted? Like, no, man, just say it's a caiman. If the RA asks, you say it's a caiman. I was like, what the fuck's a caiman?
I like it, though. It's a good idea. I mean, it'll definitely prevent people from coming and robbing your house, but at a certain size,
my God,
it becomes an issue for you when you want to go get the drugs you want to sell.
A gator in the house roaming
You want a
around.
gator in your house?
Yeah, but that's 10 times the power of a Doberman, man.
Fuck a pit bull, yeah.
Yeah, pit bull. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
If
That's
you
a
raise them
terrible idea.
from birth, you can get them pretty well trained, I hear.
I also
They can be very friendly to humans. Yeah,
they're also bulletproof, I think.
Yes, that's very true.
Potentially.
Really?
Potentially. No, I mean, no, probably not. But I mean,
Probably
probably takes a few.
You could definitely kill a gator with a gun. All right, and over to
Not a
dry-
22 though.
Well, we've seen the gator shows. You got to shoot him in the head.
Shoot him right in the head.
Yeah, they shoot him in the head with like a rifle.
That was the big joke when we went gator hunting in Louisiana. All the Louisiana boys gave me a 22 rifle. They said,
Right.
"Here you go,
Right.
here you go, Cassidy."
Like a hand,
bounce off its skin.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like a handgun or a low powered.
In case you want to shoot it,
Nah,
Northerner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they let you fire around at it, only to have the bullet ricochet?
They let me do a lot of things, Will. A lot of things
All
I should have
well,
been doing.
Okay. All right, moving over to Dry Tortuga, Florida. A Naples man has been arrested after taking a fishing trip with several guests inside a nature preserve. 7 people, to be exact, during the coronavirus outbreak. So 7 morons on a boat, all fishing in an illegal location. The Fish and Wildlife officers rolled up to the boat of idiots who were docked in an unregistered boat in an illegal fishing area. And as the officers strolled up to the boat, they saw the people trying to destroy the fish that they had caught and chuck them back into the ocean. 134 fish in total. So that's, that's a lot, but 7 people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's a lot for 7 people, though.
That's 15 to 20 fish a piece. I mean, it's not that crazy.
It's a lot when you're not. It's a lot when it's illegal to fish there.
Right. It's a lot when it's illegal to fish there.
It's enough fish that's an enterprise. Those are not personal fish.
Right. But also, whenever you're in somewhere that's illegal to fish or hunt, you're always going to do better than you would when it's not.
That's a
in
good
place
point.
where-
That pond was
So-
stocked. Yeah.
Right. So it's so you kind of like a little.
Yeah, because there's so many fish there, and they're also not.
Why do they-
They're also
why
not
do they keep
used.
you from the good
They're also
stuff?
not like the fish aren't telling the other fish, hey, don't go for that lure, because like they
I
don't,
mean,
they don't know any better.
I've never fished or hunted anywhere
telling the
illegal.
other
Trust me on that one. But I will say that I can tell you that there's going to be more fish in this
Oh,
place.
for sure,
than the other
dumber
place.
fish,
It's
more
like,
fish.
It's like coming across a group of Amish on Rumspringer. You can tell them anything. Like you just
Exactly.
trick these motherfuckers.
That's exactly it,
Exactly.
Pat.
Exactly. That's kind of the deal. So, but unfortunately, people take this shit very seriously. So the court, because it was so many fish, tossed a felony and 21 misdemeanors at every single one of the 7 people on the boat. And I'm not sure that was worth the 15 snappers or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe don't name your place after a pirate hangout, Tortuga,
That's true. It's going to
Dry
invite crime.
turtle.
Right.
It's turtle.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Still.
Right, but it's like Tortuga Island. Isn't that on
Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. I mean, what
Means turtle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, more people know it as a pirate hangout, I think. But
Right.
Agree to
crime.
disagree. Are you done?
real honey hole.
Are you done, Will? Yeah.
That's it. That's it for the fish and game corner.
Sweet. I like the fishing game corner. I hope it comes back. A man in Boca Raton, Florida, guy is serving as the neighborhood watch and protecting the citizens of his neighborhood from any unnecessary exposure to other humans and COVID-19. And that's why he beat the shit out of an ice cream man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm following your logic.
Okay, here we go. James Chigos told a Palm Beach County deputy he was just trying to protect the kids when he screamed at a 51-year-old ice cream man to get the fuck out of his neighborhood. Then chased down the ice cream. Then chased down the ice cream truck. This
is a TCBY neighborhood.
And then when the ice cream truck did start to leave his neighborhood, he chased down the truck. Stormed the truck that was pulled over, swore at the driver, and shoved him up against his own wall of his truck inside his truck.
For violating Corona, or what is he? What is he mad about?
For being around, for getting groups of kids to come to the truck. He's trying to protect. He's still selling ice cream.
An ice cream man did something to this guy a little while ago, a long time ago. I don't know what he did, but he did something to him.
This was a, it's also sad is I can't even remember the last time I saw an ice cream person that wasn't an immigrant, like whose English was broken. So this guy was probably very confused about what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, it was a bad day for him, Pat. The ice cream man said that when Chigos approached his truck, he picked up a tire iron to protect himself. However, Chigos immediately took it from him and then shoved him against the wall. So the toughest guy in the neighborhood just ragdolled the ice cream man.
I mean, in Chico's defense, the ice cream man was being an idiot trying to ride through on Corona Day.
For sure. But it was like The Rock versus like a low-level villain in an action movie, like the first bad guy.
Yeah, it's unfair to the ice cream.
Wearing a little white hat, like
he was like 12 years younger and 100 years harder.
What if it was like an Arnold Schwarzenegger situation where like
Right.
the neighborhood kids were getting really fat and he was fed up with it? That's maybe why he was taking it out on them.
I'd like to think that, Pat, but I'm leaning.
Or he fucked his
leaning
wife.
towards Wes's theory. Chigos was arrested for burglary with assault, and the judge ordered he remain in jail in lieu of a $10,000 bail. So
Chigos was just enforcing the stay-at-home order.
Well, with that harsh a penalty, I think the judge definitely was shook by Chigos as well. I think.
yeah.
Chigos is getting a bum rap in this situation.
Chigos is.
I got a real soft spot for Chigos.
I don't think Chigos has any chill is the problem. I think that Chigos is a very intense man. Probably looks very, very tough. That poor ice cream man, though, like he ran into the toughest guy he's ever seen in his life, who was probably not in a great state of mind, and it was focusing all of his anger at him. That's tough.
Can you imagine how pent up Chigos was before he left the house?
Right, like he's been mad about quarantine. He's been worried about it, and then he focused all of his energy at this old ice cream driver.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna keep happening. This is gonna keep like pretty much anyone who's kind of frustrated is bubbling to the fucking surface.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a frustration crime for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, the poor guy's used to seeing like smiling faces running at him, and then he got Chigos.
He's he's about to pay for his son's ice cream cone. Oh my God,
Right.
what is he doing? What is he doing?
Tire iron.
To the enemies of Chigos, though, they have a permanent troll on him for the rest of his life, which is just playing ice cream man music around him.
That's a great
true.
point.
Yeah, but that'll get you killed.
Right.
Chigos is not playing that game, I don't think.
Yeah. I'd leave when they start playing ice cream music.
Gotta be an anonymous
You guys doing this
voicemail.
again?
Yeah.
Pop.
Not
You know
again.
Chigos is gonna get set off by that
Jesus
music.
Christ. I think it's funny every time. Okay. All right. Got another story about a person who thinks they have the power of death within their mouth again, as another idiot has been arrested for intentionally coughing on someone to spread the coronavirus. And apparently this guy was an EMS guy. So this thing is just making people lose their minds all over the place, no matter who you are. So the man, Christopher Canfora, walked into a tool shop and started remarking to the 21-year-old cashier about all the tape and social distancing protocols the store was following, saying, "This is getting out of hand. This is why everywhere I go, I cough behind everyone with a mask on." So he's like, that's his thing. He likes to cough around people with masks on. He then coughed on the cashier and told them he was going to go to the grocery store and do the same thing. So the cashier reported that some psycho, possibly with coronavirus, was going around coughing around people with masks on and cashiers. And when police showed up to his house, he told the police he didn't expect anyone to understand his sense of humor, and he couldn't remember exactly what he said to the Harbor Freight Tools store. But police didn't give a fuck about his sense of humor. And
the people who cough on people, we've learned who the most annoying people in all of society are during this lockdown, and it's those who cough on people on purpose.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a situation where like this is a group of people that always wanted some sort of power but had no outlet for it? Like,
could be.
Where are these people coming from?
They're just the 10, the 10% rule, right?
Well,
Pat?
there's stages of grief, denial. It probably depends on the person. And like, so I was about to say, like, I think he doesn't remember what he said, but I can guarantee you he said one of two things loudly and repetitively. I have corona, ha ha ha, or this thing's fake, ha ha ha. One of those two things.
Yeah. Also, sometimes when like people live a certain way for such a long time, and then you throw them completely out of that, they lose their minds. So that could be happening. But like I said, the police didn't give a fuck about his sense of humor. Charged him more with a third-degree assault with intent to commit a felony. In the police report said, quote, "Canfora's threat created in the mind of the cashier a well-founded fear that the violence was about to take place. An assault was made either with a deadly weapon or with a fully formed conscious intent to commit a felony."
Now
so
that's over the top the other way.
well,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Have it just
I
a
don't know.
fucking
No,
regular.
No,
fuck
Will.
that. They're tired of these motherfuckers,
it's
and they're
like-
finally doing something about them.
It's Duterte style. Like, you want to be a fucking prick and cough on things, like then you get assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, it was like on 9/11 when people were fucking like burning mosques. It was like throw the
I
fucking
mean,
book
it's
at
not
them. That's
like that.
that's the
It's
last
not-
thing we need right now.
This is way less offensive.
When
than
this
a man
this show's
burning a
over,
mosque.
when this show's over, I'm gonna round up a posse and kill some COVIDiots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need a truck? I know where to get a truck.
Who's coughing on purpose?
Yeah, but I mean, Will, he's not going to jail forever. He faces up to 5 years in prison, which is still pretty hefty. A $5,000 fine if he gets the wrong judge. So look like
Drop him down to
looks like they're cracking down.
He's
not
either
even
mentally ill.
that should be a 6-month sentence.
He's got-
with probation.
He's gonna be coughing on wieners if he's not careful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right. Don't want to go.
And
to
they don't give a shit as long as
Stay
they
in
get
jail,
theirs.
huh?
Yeah, what'd you do? Coughed on a cashier. That's
Yeah,
five,
right, let's get
5
him.
years.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is insane. People have gone crazy.
Yeah, well,
Everyone's
they
going-
got to be taught a lesson, I guess.
He's either mentally ill or he deserves to be in fucking jail. That's
Well, he
my
does,
opinion.
but for 6 months, not like for fucking 5 years.
I agree.
Fucking
5 years
throw-
is very
throw-
harsh.
What good is he doing for our society?
He doesn't even need to go to jail. He just needs to get scared straight. Like, you get Chigos, 10 minutes in a room with Chigos.
That's true.
Yeah, now Chigos would tell this guy,
Yeah.
"Hey, you socially distance now."
You see,
Oh,
you see
man.
what he did to the ice cream man. See,
Yeah.
and that guy wasn't coughing on anyone. Chigos is like, he needs to be actioned by the FBI. Like, join
That should
join
be
our
his-
team,
could-
Chigos. And
No, you
then
put him in a
Chigos
room
does
service.
need to work for the feds.
Yes.
They should assign him that 100 hours of
Right.
busting idiots
like
for his community service.
scared COVIDiots straight.
You put him in a room with Chigos and start playing the ice cream music, and that's that's what happens to him. But hey,
You want to
guys,
see something cool?
yeah. All right, turn it on. All right. Hey guys, turn it up.
Check this out.
You guys know what's better than coughing on cashiers? Accepting legal winnings from them. And with Predict It, you can do that electronically in all 50 states when you sign up with predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. And we will be your cashier and give you your first $20 on us when you deposit at least $20 to get your political gambling career started. Seriously fun. Get in and out of the markets anytime, right up until the time they close. Make a lot, make a little. Predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. By now, you have heard this shit countless times. Now is the time. as we showed you earlier, boredom can get you into trouble. So use that boredom for good and sign up. Learn the site in like 15 minutes. Listen to our tips. Read the blogs about how to use the site. Super easy, and this will be a lot more fun for you. Any markets you guys want to look at today? Any tips? What did Obama say? He likes Liz Warren for VP?
Let's talk about Warren. You and I talked
Oh,
about
everybody went, after last night's conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
That 10 cents tasty,
So
10 cents.
this is we're in. I mean, we got skin in the game. We're into it. We text each other on the side all the time, like tips. And what do we talk about today, Wes?
We talked about Elizabeth Warren.
What do we do?
We bought Elizabeth Warren.
We did VP,
Yep.
right?
Yep, VP. So Kamala Harris jumped
She's
up a
still
lot.
at 10 cents if
well,
you want
she's
to ride,
she's at like
everybody.
39 cents now. So if you got her early, you're making a killing. But
That's Kamala Harris. You guys were talking at the same time. Yeah, Kamala Harris is at 40 cents. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's at 40 cents. But this is the kind of thing, this kind of endorsement from Democratic MVP Barack Obama can make this shit jump. And just like I said, you don't have to stay in it. Once you put money in it, you wait for that thing to go up. You can sell it whenever you want. You're not locked into it. So
right now, the reason we're all excited is because right now Liz Warren is plus 900.
Right.
So
That's right. At 9 or 10 cents a share.
10 cents.
Yeah,
Right?
you're looking at
11. Sorry, it goes up as we speak.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I got $387 invested in it. The payout is $32.99.
3,300. Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
3,300.
So it's plus 900. So
That's
the
nice.
only thing I read though, guys, and I will have just trying to give the audience the full scope is that
There's a reason she's 10 cents.
correct, and the reason that against Kamala Harris being 40 cents is that he doesn't need the black vote. He doesn't need California. He's got those locked down. So those are arguments against Kamala Harris. The arguments against Elizabeth Warren that I'm reading that make sense are the Democrats will likely lose the Senate seat if she becomes VP, which they cannot afford to because they already have a minority in the Senate, and she's already like 72 years old or 71 years old, so she's already really old. So you don't need two old people. So those are old age.
Third point.
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris counterpoint would be like she arrested people for weed. Like they have the same. They both have like a dishonest thing past. That's neutralized. So like
It's her parents' fault.
I think there's three good points against both of them. I do think they're the two front runners over Klobuchar. So
That's true.
if they're both equalized, why wouldn't you take the one that's a third of the
Coin
price?
flip
Fourth
for
of the price.
not plus 900.
Yeah.
I think
You're
she's
gonna
going to
take
double
the-
in the next week. So
The only one who has a base on that list, the only one who has a base is Liz Warren. We know it's going to be a female.
That's not true. Kamala Harris also has a base. That's why.
She does not have a
too.
base like Warren.
Klobuchar.
Exactly. There's
I wouldn't call those bases. They have fan clubs. I wouldn't call them bases.
Klobuchar's never lost an election.
yeah, but she. Yeah,
I think
right?
you're thinking that Liz Warren just has a more defined platform, maybe.
Also,
Pat.
Gretchen
No.
Whitmire.
I'm
Also,
talking about-
Gretchen Whitmire's in the mix. Don't forget Whitmire.
I'm talking about
She's-
Liz
that
Warren
exists.
did the hard yards taking 900,000 selfies. That's a base.
That's
bro.
true. That's true, Pat.
That's a base, right?
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of candidates wish they could do that now, but guess what? They can't. Coronavirus. Warren got in. Doors shut on that. So no one's
I hope we're
recreating
all
that.
right. I hope we're all right
strategy.
about this
Good
because
point.
I was in on this. I was in on this for weeks. So
a big tip.
I'm excited.
So yeah, that's it. That's like I said, that would have been a lot more interesting if you had a fucking predicted account. Let me tell you.
Well, that's why you need to sign up now.
What's the URL?
predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20. Get in. Go ahead. Try it out. It's fun.
All right, this next story, Wes, I'm going to ask for specific attention from you.
Okay, got it.
Because you're the only dad in our group.
Okay, got it.
If there's one thing that I know to be true, it's that no matter what the circumstances are, dads are going to dad. They just are. Yesterday, we covered a story of a dad unable to control his compulsion to dad a group of teen girls in Louisville, which ended in him strangling some sense into one of them. This story is similar, but with somewhat of an opposite outcome. So on Saturday, a 61-year-old Florida man and his daughter noticed a group of 20 or so college kids not practicing social distancing as they partied on Wisteria Island, which is off the coast of Key West. Another reason I want you to pay. This is like your story, Wes.
Like it so far.
Wes loves Key West.
I do.
The man, being a father, knew that he was outnumbered by the group of teens and 20-somethings, but he couldn't fight the overwhelming urge to lecture the large group of young people who weren't following the rules. And Under different circumstances, he may have been able to resist teaching those kids a lesson, but being in such close proximity to his daughter, it was impossible for him to ignore his fatherly urges. This is like the same principle as like deadbeat dads not sending cards to their offspring on birthdays. They want to send them in theory, but even thinking about their children could be a slippery slope towards fathering them, and that could upend their whole deadbeat dad lifestyle.
Yeah, he thought he was Mel Gibson in Revenge Dad or whatever that
100%.
Bloodfather. Yeah.
Yeah, or Mel Gibson in The Patriot, or Mel Gibson in what's that revenge movie?
Braveheart. He thought he was Mel Gibson.
He thought he was Mel Gibson. Yep, that's true. Anyway, guys, having no choice, the man confronted the group about their lack of social distancing and asked them to keep the noise down. And the group of youngsters responded by promptly hitting the man and his daughter in the head with a baseball bat.
Yep. Yep. See, he's a fucking idiot because you never bring your child into a violent situation or remotely potential violent situation.
Child was 21, so 2 adults.
20 but it was his daughter, right?
Daughter 20 or 21.
Okay. Well, still, I mean, you don't bring your fucking daughter into a dangerous situation as a female.
Bad idea there by that guy.
Yeah.
Well, what is he gonna do? Like, why are you gonna walk closer to somebody? Hey, you need to stop spreading the coronavirus. You just gave it to me.
Yeah.
So wait a second. I mean, like, you just basically defeated yourself.
Tell that to Chigos, Will.
I've never seen a person without a badge or a gun successfully tell 20-year-olds to stop partying.
Right.
Really, to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Pat, I will never tell anything to Chigos, by the way. So,
Well, Wes, I want to ask you.
I don't even want him to come on the show. I'm scared of Chigos.
I would love Chigos on the show. Wes, I want to ask you, when you became a father, have you ever noticed yourself dadding off in a situation where you probably wouldn't have previously dadded off if you weren't an actual dad?
No, not really. I mean, definitely more of my son's present, obviously. Trying to think. The extent of it, what I'll do is if I see a kid doing something like dangerous, and I kind of did this before, but even more so, I'll stop them. I'll be like, dude, you don't want to. That's a dumb idea. Get down from there. Stop doing that. You're gonna get hurt. That kind of shit. You know, preventing like an injury to a kid is definitely more that protective.
You've changed.
Huh?
You've changed.
Yeah. Well,
that's dad club stuff.
Yeah.
That's dad Wes. That's not old Wes. That's dad Wes.
So
change for the better.
Where I would have said climb higher before, now I say get down.
Yeah. You used to be reckless.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, they beat them both in the head, probably while saying things like "social distance this pops" and "no one fathers me, not even my own father." Well, they were just taking the licks on the man. The daughter told police she's unsure of how many people beat them. Both the father and the daughter are fine. They were treated at a local hospital and released. But yeah, that goes to show you that's maybe stay away from a group of teens and 20-somethings partying. No good's
just
gonna
in
come
general, it's a wise thing. Don't
shit.
go up in the middle of a group of drunk people.
I saw the pictures. It looked like a sandbar party. You don't ever interrupt a sandbar party in Florida. You just don't. Like
In Key West? No.
Anywhere.
Like
anywhere.
I'd have been pissed.
Well, don't go in the middle of a group of drunk people that know each other and you don't know them.
People,
Right.
But it's like Waterworld.
People planned this, and they went all the way out to this remote strip of sand or island to party. That's like the only thing they want to do. And if you tell them to stop doing it, they instantly turn into Chigos. Like,
I mean, they're obviously they're obviously psychos for attacking them with baseball bats.
That's
but that's the kind of shit you got to be aware of. Yeah.
Stop.
You got to remind you.
Stop your sandbar party, everyone.
Well, now you get Chigos.
Yeah.
It's a good lesson to remember in life is that you never know who is psycho enough to like fucking hit you with a baseball bat, burn your house down. Just leave people alone.
People at a sandbar party.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think that they were playing baseball out there and it was just convenient, or do you think someone brought that bat to the party and said, "I swear to God, if someone tells me to keep it down"?
Protection bat.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Protection bat.
Yep. Leave them. Yeah. Mind your business.
All right, fellas. Let's go back to the grocery store. You might notice a trend that grocery store crimes are really on the rise. Well, that's bound to happen when the only place where people go for the entire month of April is the grocery store. So we got a couple more for you after Wes's coughing one earlier.
Yeah, not a lot of stadium stories.
nope.
No. Pat, you had something?
Oh, I was gonna say, Wes knows about this. Going to the grocery store, he goes twice a day.
That's a lie.
Yep.
But
Have you cut it down? Have you cut down your grocery?
yeah, I didn't go anywhere today. I went to Costco to get some food. Not today. I went yesterday.
That was yesterday.
That was
That was
yesterday.
old news. That was old.
Yeah.
That was old news. All right. First up, DeLand, Florida. 51-year-old John Rowe was just minding his own business, drinking an entire bottle of wine inside the Winn-Dixie and then walking out and refusing to pay for it, and then getting into an accident when he tried to flee the parking lot. So he was just minding his own business, not trying to hurt anybody with that.
Classic. he slugged a bottle of wine that was the store's wine in the store, and then left.
Then they tried to get him to pay for it. His credit card got declined multiple times, and then he left.
This is a situation where his wife said, "You need to stop drinking at the house." And
Well,
he said, okay.
You'd think that. He would have gotten away with it too, except he didn't have his wife with him. He had a random woman and an 11-year-old girl in the car with him. So when he got pulled over eventually by the cops, the two women who were not related to him, but one was 11 years old.
Hey, do you
squealed on him.
think I can get a discount on this blowjob since you brought your daughter?
Right. That's the situation. I think.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to take longer with your daughter here.
Yeah. But I am going to have to look at her while we do it. So
It's awkward for me. You're really just creating more work for yourself.
John Rowe had some weird shit going on in that car. Inside the black Hyundai, they found a syringe, 2 glass pipes with crack cocaine residue inside, and some cocaine folded up in a piece of paper. So he's snorting his coke off of printer paper, and then a makeup bag containing more syringes. Anyhow, yeah. So just John, that was the situation.
Wow.
John. It gets worse actually. He made one of the cars he hit on the way out of the parking lot. He gave that driver a seizure. So
Jesus.
John just was a tornado of pain for everybody.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Did he bring his own glass? Do we know? I'm very fascinated. Like, did he bring a corkscrew? Did he went for a twist off?
Wait a minute. First of all, definitely. Did he bring his own glass? He was drinking out of the bottle, Pat.
Yeah. No, he rolled into the Winn-Dixie and just popped open a wine bottle and started chugging it.
Out of the bottle. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how regular this is for
This
him.
guy thinks the world exists for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was very much in the middle of a hardcore bender.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he have a random 11-year-old girl in his car? That's
Again, the
It's
prostitute.
just-
It's quarantine. Like
the whole thing is it's a.
It was take your kid to work day, probably.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess.
always take your kid to work day from now on.
And then on Monday in Inglewood, Florida, a man wearing a surgical face mask pulled a gun on a cashier at the local grocery store, the Publix, and demanded all the money in the drawer and then walked out. The investigators say that the suspect is thought to be in his mid-50s, wearing a ball cap, black sunglasses, a white face mask, surgical mask, and then a gray sleeveless shirt that said "Living the Life" with a beach scene on the back. It is really hilarious that the security cam pics look like if it's Big Time Tommy from Instagram was robbing a 7-Eleven at gunpoint.
Nice.
And he's not caught yet, but it's literally just like a fat guy in a shirtless tee, like holding a gun like on top of his fat stomach, looking at the cashier with the face mask on. So I mean, everybody's walking around like this now.
Right. The only difference was the gun.
Yeah, but
Right,
you
so
don't see that till it's too late. Like,
So what's going to happen now? Is everybody going to feel safe or less safe when everybody's walking around
less
like this?
safe,
like I
less
am
safe,
right now?
less safe if you're working as a retail cashier. That's ridiculous. They already have the stress of being around people, and then everyone looks like a train robber now.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what we have entered Corona America is train robber America.
Yeah, it's like if I don't know, me personally, I would think everyone's robbing me. It would take a very long time for my brain to be like, why are they wearing the bandanas?
Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see what it looks like. One guy is wearing a mask, the other 3 are not. And
who's the
one guy
robber
wearing the mask? Yeah,
Right.
We look
Also,
like
you're wearing
we're
gloves.
waiting for you to tell us what to do.
No one's getting mad at you for wearing gloves, not in the winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the gloves so fingerprint proof. It looks like a robber.
perfect.
Yeah, this is a real problem. Anyways, I don't know. How
The same
people are
problem
gonna
happens
feel.
at furry conventions, by the way. But yeah, okay, sorry.
Well, but everybody there is looking to fuck. Here, you're just scared out of your mind that somebody's going to rob you.
Yeah.
Anyways, those grocery stories, the grocery store is a tricky place right now. Those stories were brought to you by Omax Cryo-Freeze, which does not require a single trip to the grocery store to get it. So that's a very good thing. And living with chronic pain is the worst. It's a very bad thing. Like when my neck was fucked up from rugby for months and months, probably almost a year. It was hell for me. I could barely fucking move. And I'm sure listeners experience the same. You have some sort of lingering issue that's just always fucking with you, always making you be in pain, that prevents you from relaxing or sleeping, or even stopping from exercise, stopping from moving. That's a really bad problem. Then you're going to get out of shape. Maybe it's gone on too long and something's got to give. Enter Omax Health. If you're looking to get rid of nagging muscles and joint pain immediately while providing long-lasting recovery, then you need to try the natural breakthrough pain relief solution, Cryo-Freeze CBD Roll-On. It's a roll-on developed by Omax Health. This non-prescription triple-action pain relief roll-on is specifically formulated to block pain receptors, reduce inflammation, and improve muscle and joint flexibility. The best part, it's 100% natural, CBD-powered remedy, works within 10 minutes of application, which is extremely fast, and 8 hours. 10 minutes, it feels good. 8 hours, it lasts. It's incredible. Much longer than other over-the-counter products. It's like taking Icy Hot and then giving it illegal PEDs, except instead of illegal PEDs, you just powered it with cannabis and made it that much better. Omax Health is offering listeners 20% off a full bottle of Cryo-Freeze CBD Pain Relief Roll-On plus free shipping. What a deal. This discount also applies towards any product site-wide. Just go to omaxhealth.com today and enter code FACTOR. Again, that's omaxhealth.com and enter code FACTOR at checkout to get 20% off your Cryo-Freeze and anything else site-wide. Pro athletes use it. It has a 95% five-star review ratio, which is just like, it's like the hard factor of pain relief, right?
Probably growing after this week of ad reads, probably 96.5%.
Exactly.
Yep.
You like us, you're going to like Omax. It's just the way it works. It's simply the best. One more time, that is Omax Health, OMAX Health.com. Enter code FACTOR to get 20% off Cryo-Freeze and anything site-wide.
Fuck yeah, man. Do it. So the show is winding down. Yeah, we got like a last story here and some voicemails. So 4 residents in the Hampton Lakes townhome development in West Chase woke up to find their cars missing from their driveways and streets, guys.
Damn, that's not good.
Remember, I did a story about the nurse in Austin. Remember, like the car thing.
Yep.
It's like so think about that.
I was gonna say, is it Austin, Texas? That's what I would think.
No, it's in Florida. One of the victims, Heather Bosowski. That's Bossowski. Great name. Bosowski sounds like a nickname for a badass Polish person, right? Hey, Bosowski, right?
Yeah.
She's
Or like the end guy of like a Polish video game.
right, which was like not Final Fight, but a Double Dragon, right? That was, no, I don't know. She said, I thought it was stolen, but then I thought I have a minivan, the ultimate mom car. Who would want to steal that? So she's already...
No, people steal anything that's unlocked. They'll steal.
Her wheels were spinning, and they were spinning in the right direction. After the Bosowskis called the police, they immediately got answers. No shit. And it turns out that her and several other people in the neighborhood's car were towed by a tow company that works for their HOA.
Huh?
Their own HOA that they pay fees for. Their cars were towed from their own houses and driveways.
How's the HOA going to tow your car?
Parked the wrong way on the street or some shit?
Good question. Not even in the street. By automotive,
They didn't have the parking passes?
Some were in the street, but some were not. No, these are like homes. By automotive towing, the automotive towing company is the one that towed them. They said that one of their drivers was perusing the neighborhood and spotted the Bosowski's car, which was in violation. And you see, one tire was touching part of the street while the other tire was touching the grass in their own driveway. So it's kind of like a crooked park in their own driveway.
Oh, so they barely touched the grass in their own driveway.
In their own driveway. Wasn't.
Man, if you did this at Chigos, you're dead.
Yeah.
This is.
Well, I think the HOA manager here deserves to be strung up in the middle of.
Yeah,
the
this is
neighborhood.
unacceptable.
That's absurd.
I think Chigo probably parks his car on the front lawn.
I didn't do the story because I'm a big HOA guy. Yeah, I agree with you. Bosowski said her family has taken the shelter-at-home order very seriously and that she only leaves the house to go to the grocery store about once every 2 weeks, unlike Wes. And on the day of the towing, she parked, quickly at an angle sideways in her own driveway to bring in groceries, and she just forgot to move it. Later that night, cars towed. Mr. Bosowski recently lost his job because of the coronavirus, in what I imagine was not a face-to-face scenario, because you're not going to fire a guy with the last name Bosowski. And he had to break quarantine with his 72-year-old mother to get the fucking minivan, which cost them $175.
Nice HOA.
This is a fucking. I guarantee this is a situation of parasitic tow truck drivers not having enough work and going and fucking digging up fucking business.
The HOA has a deal.
Could be right, Pat,
it has a deal with this tow truck company though.
Yeah, they get paid per car though. I bet.
Yeah, they do.
One of them does, Pat. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's the HOA. Maybe it's the towing company. There was no note left and no previous warnings from the tow company or HOA, so all these cars got towed without warning. Pasco County officials have asked HOAs to relax their parking rules during the pandemic since more people are at home, and it's a fucking pandemic. That might be a good idea. All of a sudden, the cable goes out because the HOA hired a bunch of goons.
That family
to tear
should
off satellite
sue.
dishes.
That family should sue the pants off their HOA.
Yep.
That's absurd.
It is absurd.
Not great, right?
Who's
Okay,
the president?
That's it. So you guys want to get into some voicemails?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, you gotta be quiet when I'm playing them. All right, here we
Okay.
go. All right, here we go.
I would shit on the president of the HOA's doorstep.
Hey, boys. Really looking forward to the content coming from the Chug videos. Definitely a lot of potential there. But this voicemail is actually for Wes. Good on you for actually giving up the sauce. I'm sure that's not easy, especially working for Barstool. But with that being said, if I don't see you chug 32 ounces of milk, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. Give the people what they want, Wesley. Have a great fucking day.
You guys hear that?
What a call.
Yeah.
What a call.
Interesting. I think he means 36 ounces, but
Oh,
32?
No,
Okay.
no. That's what kind of math is that? 2 pints, 16 ounces
16.
times.
I thought you were doing the 3 beer chug, the 3 beers.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh,
he doesn't
no,
know
no,
about
no.
that though. He
This is just about the boat race.
This is
Wes.
about
Oh,
our
okay.
chug. Yeah.
Oh, 32 ounces of milk. That's easy. I will give it to you though.
2 pint glasses of milk.
I will. Oh, I will. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that.
Are you about to? You're gonna. Oh man.
Is he
How fast do you think you could put down 2 pint glasses of milk?
The exact same. I would put down the same liquid of beer.
Of beer?
Yeah.
How many cows do you think contributed to those 32 ounces?
Just one.
No, no fucking way. It's like 12 cows.
Probably like 50 cows actually. But
Yeah, it's gross, bro.
Gross.
yeah, I'll give that to you. Thank you. I appreciate the support. It is hard to not drink during quarantine and to work at Barstool. That is
Right?
that is a fucking
How-
fact.
Yeah.
Well, then-
I can't imagine. I feel terrible like every time.
No, you shouldn't feel terrible.
Well, then
I'm-
this next voicemail is gonna be tough to swallow. Then. There we go.
Yo, this is Michael from Lexington. This is a message for Mark. Just call him to say freaking gold medal performance on the first episode of Zillion Pijos. Look, I don't want to question Pong's integrity. The guy's clearly a drinking champion. But his video was all cut and shit. And, I mean, he said 1 minute per beer. He could have done those in 20 minutes, an hour. You never know. Mark, your fucking absolute unit did it in, 3 beers in less than a minute in 1 continuous shot. And then you took a shot at the end of it. So, congrats. Keep up the good work. And in all honesty, you vomited after that, yeah? I mean, come on. Either way, thanks for helping keep us sane during the coronavirus, man. Lockdown, turn up. Keep up the good work, guys. Love the show. Thanks.
Buy
Nice.
the lockdown turn up shirt
Okay.
for charity.
So yeah,
Great
lockdown
voicemail.
turn up. I didn't vomit. Wes was here. He's the only person I've seen other than my wife. He came over and graciously filmed it. Thank you, Wes. No, I didn't vomit afterwards.
How did you feel? I bet that was quite the
Felt
buzz.
Felt good. We actually had smoked weed with John McAfee earlier in the day, same day. I had probably
Oh, yeah.
2 or
What a day that
probably had
was.
2 or 3 beers before that challenge, and then after that challenge, I felt really good. That's when I did the interview afterwards with Donnie.
For a little bit.
And then I just kept drinking and like felt really bad afterwards. But after the challenge, I felt good for like 2 hours. I didn't vomit at all, not a bit. Back to the.
I've never seen you vomit. I don't think from drinking.
It's very.
I have.
It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
The
vomited,
only
but I don't
time
know if
I've ever seen Mark
it.
vomit is when I forced him to vomit.
Yeah, it's rare. But back to Pong's eye, he had a few cuts in his video, but he was also drinking beers twice my size, and he's a legend. So I'm not gonna
Not twice, but
almost
large.
Not gonna talk ill of him, and I cannot beat him in challenges that he's gonna issue. Like he's a better chugger than me, that's for sure. But
he did say that you could approach him.
Dana
with
B,
training.
Well, I'm gonna do the walrus for him, I think. But Dana B also had some cuts. I want to get back to that. He had some cuts in his video, and the whole point of the video was drink the 3 beers in a minute.
Well, he had 2. Dana had 2 cuts. Pongzai had 1. You had 0.
0 cuts.
I believe that's how it went.
Undoctored
way
video. Undoctored video. And a shot.
Yep.
Down. All right, next
A
one.
cut means you're stopping. I mean, there's
That's
no
correct.
other reason.
Well,
It means you're taking a break.
no, yeah, the cameraman got tired after 30 seconds. All right, next.
Taking a break.
Hey guys, it's Amelia. I did the trucking challenge where I chucked sparkling water on my Heelys going down my driveway, and then at the end I smashed a can. I dare you to do that exact same thing and send it back.
Okay.
Nice. I haven't seen the video. We will do the challenge.
So
what is the challenge?
The video's
What
awesome.
we do?
A listener's daughter. I'm gonna just assume she's between the ages of
Yeah, I was gonna say.
10 and 14.
Sure.
She,
Okay.
She.
But how do we do it? How do we reply?
So Heelys are like rollerblades on your shoes. So she was in her driveway and she chugged like a cup of water and or like a can of water, something like a seltzer water, the entire thing while she was rollerblading downhill down her driveway, and then she finished it, got it down, and in like one motion stomped the can cleanly
nice.
with her rollerblades. So,
with your rollerblades?
yeah, Heelys are like shoes with rollerblades, but you could do it, I'm sure, with rollerblades because I don't think any of us are going to get Heelys. I think
I just texted it.
I would get a Healy so quick if
I
they
got
made them for adults.
rollerblades.
yeah, that's why I
could do
want
something.
Will could try this challenge because he's a huge rollerblader.
I could rollerblades.
It was impressive. It was really, honestly, fucking. It's in your text chain right now if you guys want to check it out. But it was fucking really impressive.
All right, you're gonna get a reply video for sure.
Yeah, Will's taking this
I'm
challenge.
probably just gonna smash a beer while rollerblading around like a tennis court or something.
Yeah, Mark
think
is
that's it.
exempt because he doesn't have health insurance right now. But I
Yeah,
think
thank you.
Will's health insurance is good. Mine's good.
Oh yeah, I'll gladly go do
This
a chug on
challenge has
rollerblades.
Will's name all over it. He's
Yeah.
a blader.
That was a
I'll
smooth.
be
That was a
getting
smooth
back to
chugging. Yeah.
I'll be getting back to you sooner than you think, bro.
Sooner than you
so
think.
thank you.
Dude, she crushed that. Look, she crushes this
Thank you,
LaCroix
Familia.
in 7 seconds.
Yeah, no, she's badass.
Pretty good.
So it is a really good challenge, and we will try to get one back to you. A few quick notes on some of the voicemails we couldn't get to, and that number to call again is what, Wes or Pat? Do you guys know it? 512?
Yep. 512-270-1480.
That's it.
Thank you. Reagan, our guy from Utah, if your car needs to be fixed, you need to drive it to work, then yeah, go ahead and take it to the shop, bro. And another unidentified caller had a great voicemail, but it was a bit long to play. It was on brand, though, talking about Bernie dropping out in the upcoming one-on-one battle, Trump versus Biden. And I wanted to prove that we're not just all about substance abuse on this show. So I would feel remiss to not bring up the fact that he made a great point, basically saying it's not surprising to him that everyone got off the Bernie train and at the DNC and like jumped on the opportunity to get off the Bernie train because Bernie's not a Democrat. He's a democratic socialist, which there is a difference.
Good point.
And I thought that was an interesting point and a good point. I also think it's weird we only have two parties to begin with. But anyways, last voicemail. Here we go.
Yeah,
Bring back
but
the
you know
wigs.
what?
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
You guys weren't done. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is, you know what makes me happy? Yeah. I know it's weird we only have two parties, but what makes me happy is that there's 86% of Americans that are staying home for the coronavirus, which means that there's 86% of people that don't really give a fuck about parties.
Good. I agree with you. So that makes me happy too. All right, last voicemail. Here we go.
Yo, Tuna Montana again. Another question. So I'm watching an episode and Mark's just talking about, or my bad, Will's talking about how high he is all the time. How much weed do you guys actually smoke, or how much is Will buying at a time? Because it sounds like he's going to like an ounce, like 2 ounces a week. Appreciate an answer. Thanks, fellas.
Ooh, 2 ounces a week. No. If I was smoking flower, If I was doing nothing but joints, it would probably be like maybe an ounce a week. I don't know. But what it is right now is I would say it's a full gram, 2 full grams of concentrate. One taken as edible, one taken as vape.
Damn, girl. I do probably a joint a day. Is probably my average. Maybe like 3/4 of a joint a day.
Oh, mine was for 1 week, by the way.
I'm probably the lowest, unless Wes, you've kind of gotten off that too.
No, I'm definitely the lowest. I would say. I mean, I don't smoke every day.
I don't either. I probably get high 3 times a week, and I'm probably like definitely less than a gram a week, or right around a gram a week.
Yeah, an eighth lasts me a while.
Yeah.
None of us can touch Will.
Mine's so built into my everyday life that, like, it was really honestly one of the huge pros in the pro and con list when I was like Texas versus Nevada.
We're all pro cannabis, but Will's the lifestyle. There were 2 things I did with that voicemailing list. One is that I was like, we're not all about substance abuse. Then I played the weed thing as a joke at the end. So you guys got that.
Oh, by the way, on that note,
that was on purpose. You like that?
You guys like that?
Yeah.
we're going to be doing something for 420 with High Times Magazine. So stay tuned for that.
That's right.
For sure.
Are you guys going to take me up on the? I know Mark's already said yes.
What was it again?
I'm going to take you guys through a weed workout.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah,
that's a great idea. Yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
We'll do it on a week I don't have the little guy. How about that?
I'll absolutely do a shot. The second thing I wanted you guys to know about that voicemail was that guy said it's Tuna Montana again instead of Tony Montana. I don't remember last time we had Tuna Montana on, but it's Tuna Montana again. I like that too. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thanks for tuning in this week. It was a good week. Buy the Lockdown Turn Up shirt tonight.
Buy the Free Joe Exotic shirt.
New
yeah, we forgot about that. New shirt.
We got to talk about this for a second.
Let's talk
about
it.
We got the Lockdown and Turn Up shirt for Meals on Wheels, but hey, it's America, all right? Everybody needs to get back to business. We need to make some fucking dough, all right? And Trump said he's going to look into pardoning Joe Exotic. So what do? We released an amazing looking Free Joe Exotic t-shirt, which you can get on the Barstool store.
It's got like a Bengal tiger color.
Excellent.
It looks gorgeous.
Maybe we can cut that and put it in the beginning of the show.
I saw
somehow.
a comment that said like the Bengal fans need to get it and then like start calling Joe Burrow Joe Exotic as Joe.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Also,
it's fire.
Yeah, it's amazing. Also tonight, look for we're hosting. We're not going to be competing, but we're hosting Barstool Feud. I think it's going to be Bustin' with the Boys versus Spittin' Chicklets. Pat's going to be on there. PFT is going to be on there. We'll be competing or hosting, taking over for PFT in the future, or competing again. But check out Bustin' with the Boys and Spittin' Chicklets on our YouTube channel, Hard Factor News. Tonight it'll be live streaming. What else, guys? I mean, like we might do.
The next night,
chug off.
Saturday's the day. We're doing it no matter what. Saturday. We're
doing something Saturday night, right?
If you've submitted to us a chug video, we will be getting back to you probably sometime in the Saturday afternoon range.
DMing everyone back, tweeting people back, and be like, yo,
to tell you what the deal is, and if you can join. And it's probably going to be, I'm guessing, like Saturday afternoon or evening when we actually end up going live and doing the boat race. And the format has not necessarily been decided yet, but if you submitted, we'll see how many people we can get in there, and we'll decide. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, and you know what, guys, have a great fucking weekend.